In this video, I'm breaking down the best social media strategy nonprofits should be running in 2026, what to do, what not to do, and the specific actions that actually bring in new donors to your organizations. This is the same strategy, the same playbook that we've implemented at Good United for hundreds of nonprofit partners, helping raise billions of dollars. It doesn't matter size of organization, doesn't matter type of organization. So let's get started. Section 1, your supporters didn't stop caring, they moved. Individual giving has been in decline for the past 20 years. A couple of weeks ago, Nonprofit Pro posted an article that while individual giving went up 5%, the participation rate of Americans dropped, I think it was 3.9%. And that's a continuation from many, many years. So I think the question that we need to ask ourselves, are Americans less philanthropic? Well, I don't think people are less philanthropic. I just think that their behavior and expectations have shifted. I don't think your supporters cared less. I don't think that they don't want to get involved. I don't think that they sit there and say, you know what, I hate them. They're not doing the work that we need them to do. I think fundamentally, they're just not where they used to be. Your supporters have shifted where they spend time. And it hurts, right? And it's painful. But whether you like it or not, I think it's over 80% of Americans are spending 2 hours a day in social media. And that's on a conservative level. I've met people who say that is way too low. I spend 8 hours a day. Well, I have no idea you spend 8 hours a day doing anything. So, take that for a grain of salt. But the bottom line is that your supporters don't care less. They shifted to social media. But social media, man, it feels like a black box. We keep posting, we keep doing things. What do we get out of it? And most nonprofits are running a social calendar like a 2015 newsletter. We're posting content, we're talking at people, we're going through the motions. We just keep doing it, right? We just keep posting. For what? What do we get out of it? What have your followers and likes done for you recently? Nothing? Yeah, same with me. So I co-founded a nonprofit in 2011 called Stop Soldier Suicide. I did every job of that organization, and social media made me mental. I'd sit in board meetings hearing about followers and likes, and I just don't care. I've yet to been able to pay anyone in followers and likes. But I'm wrong, right? Because that's where people spend time. So if that's where people spend time, and then we need to meet them where they spend time. So how do we go about doing that? So what we learned was that the key to unlock the black box of social media was direct messaging. And that's why I co-founded Good United. Section 2, turn off social unless you turn on direct messaging. Stop social media, turn it off. Turn off social media unless you turn on direct messaging. You're not going to do that, right? But hopefully that sticks in your head. Turn off social media unless you turn on direct messaging. Why? Why would he say this? Well, you would never have a website without email. When I go to nonprofit websites, you can get involved in a myriad of ways, right? There's ways to volunteer. You can make a donation. You could donate a car. You could donate a boat. You can donate a house. You can donate crypto. But how you donate, that conversion mechanism is email. If you take away email, you're left with what? Website traffic? What's the point of traffic? There's no point of traffic unless it converts into email. If it converts through email, we go from the unknown to the known, a visitor to a named individual, a contact, someone that you can get engaged with, to build a relationship with. So what email does for your website, direct messaging does for social media. So when you think about the why, right? Why does this work? Is that the powers that be, right? The owners of these social media networks, the big thing that you got to believe is that they care more about their bottom line than they do you. And if you believe that, they don't want you to leave their platform. Just like how you don't want someone to leave your website, you have those pop-ups, right? And the point of a pop-up is to get someone to convert into an email address. Well, when you're in social media, they don't want you to leave. They want you to stay, because when you stay, they make money. So what email does for your website, direct messaging does for social media. What Facebook Messenger does for Facebook, Instagram DM does for Instagram, LinkedIn messaging does for LinkedIn. So our email monetizes your website, direct messaging does for social. So the opportunity is that if you're going to continue posting, if you're going to have content calendars, not turning on direct messaging is like continuing to have a website without email. Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a knee. Quickly before we move on, if everything that I just said about donors, dollars, and data hit close to home, we put together a 2-page self-audit. You can run against your own programs for each of the 5 points. You answer 2 or 3 diagnostic questions. By the time you finish it, you will know exactly what is breaking your program and what to fix first. Link is below. Section 3, followers are step 1, not the finish line. How many times have you walked into a board meeting if you're a marketer, or if you've been in a board meeting and you say, well, listen, we have 20,000 followers. Our followers grew 3%. Well, I've been in those board meetings and I would tell them, we have 20,000 followers. Great, I have 20 hats. So what? What's the point? Well, there wasn't one. At least, how does it drive value? But as we think about what email does to monetize a website and direct messaging does to social media, well, now these followers mean something. It's maybe a proxy for website traffic, right? But the difference is that, no offense, not many people go to your website. You got to prompt them there. I don't wake up and go to stopsourcesuicide.org. It's an awesome website, but I don't go there. I'm at ESPN. So as we think about followers, many organizations have been building this community for quite some time. Most I found is like 2009 is when they started that page. And followers are awesome. So let's say that you have 10,000 followers. That's a great starting point. You probably don't know who those people are, so one, we need to convert them. But two, what those 10,000 followers represent is actually a much larger audience. And that each one of your followers on average has 338 friends. So your 10,000 followers, that's 3.38 million people 1 degree away. I'll say it again. 10,000 followers represent 3.38 million people. So how do we start to activate that audience? Well, we can go directly to them, or we can start to mobilize the people that have already raised their hand to get involved, that taken that first step, that are engaging with your content. So as we think about followers, they're the top of the funnel. They're the first part of the captured audience. Now, we need to be able to convert. And as we think about social, the new way to think about it is donors, dollars, and data. But when I think about donors, maybe it's more so subscribers. In that when we report on social media, I believe it can be the growth channel to lead you in 2026 and beyond. But it's only going to work with that top line number that converts into subscribers. And the subscribers donate and they provide data. And when we start to be able to unlock that audience we've already built, we're going to find new donors, new dollars, and new data to fuel our mission today and for the foreseeable future.
Now you've got the 2026 strategy, but the hardest part is still ahead. You're still asking yourself, how do we grow? How are we going to find those net new donors? Where do they actually come from? So click this video here, because I break down the new way to acquire net new donors in 2026, the specific mechanisms behind the 90% net new donor number, and the exact acquisition motion that we're running with partners right now. I'll see you there.